Well, howdy there, Internet people, it's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump, special ed, the future of America, and fences. On Friday, Trump's U.S. Department of Education fired pretty much everyone in the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, according to union reps. Of course, at time of recording, the Trump administration hasn't put out any official numbers on the layoffs. It looks like basically all employees who oversee the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA Act, have been let go, except for those in leadership positions and a few support staff. So, Trump's move has left about $15 billion per year without oversight, and left 7.5 million kids with disabilities in jeopardy. Beyond the money, the people in the office are also responsible for advising families, and perhaps most importantly, making sure states and districts actually provide opportunities to those with disabilities. IDEA is a 50-year-old law that is the key mechanism for supporting students with disabilities in this country. At its heart, IDEA isn't really an education law, it's a civil rights law. It requires that special education needs be met from birth until the age of 21. IDEA is a federal law, but without the offices Trump just gutted, there isn't any real oversight to make sure all children with disabilities get the service the law requires. According to Rachel Gittleman of AFGE Local 252, which is a union representing Department of Education employees, quote, "Based on multiple reports from staff and their managers, we believe that all remaining staff in the Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services, including the Office of Special Education Programs and the Rehabilitative Services Administration, have been illegally fired." One employee of the department said, quote, "This is decimating the office responsible for safeguarding the rights of infants, toddlers, children, and youth with disabilities." This is another Chesterton's fence moment. It might be important to understand why this law was enacted. To remind people of what the opportunities were like before IDEA, think back to Forrest Gump. The politicians in D.C. with billionaire donors and the means and access to private teachers and facilities for their kids say they want to return education to the states. What do the states say? Well, the National Association of State Directors of Special Education said in a statement that they were concerned about the developments, saying the described cuts would make it impossible for the department to fulfill their responsibilities, saying, quote, "There is significant risk that not only will federal funding lapse, but children with disabilities will be deprived." Obviously, the reason the civil rights of those with disabilities needs to be protected is simply because it's the right thing to do. But that doesn't seem to be a motivation in this country anymore. So, here are some other reasons tailored to the different ideologies in question. If you're a nationalist, a country is judged by how it treats the less fortunate. Doing this makes America a weak country that will be mocked and laughed at. For those who care most about the almighty dollar, these efforts increase positive outcomes, where those with disabilities can be self-sufficient, decreasing the need for future economic assistance. But again, can I remind you that a billionaire with every opportunity is shutting down an office that helps those who need help? This fence was put up for a reason. Taking it down will leave America weaker. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.